So we started with PMP and started branching it out with predictable first.
Okay.
Pre-initiation, where we have business case, business benefit management planning assessment.
Okay.
Then it comes to initiation. By then, as an output, we produce project charter, mission log, and the stakeholder register after identifying the stakeholders. Then comes planning. We have 18 plans and all sum up and aggregate to project management plan. 3 baselines: cost, scope, and schedule. 33 documents. This has everything: lesson learned, assumption log, risk register, change log, etc., etc. We identify risk as part of it because it's covered a lot in any project. Execution comes. We do the work. We knowledge. We gather knowledge for work and quality management. There is implementation, monitor procurement, etc., etc. We move to monitor and control, and where we do various analysis. We can also do trend analysis. Didn't occur to me at that time, and then closing phase, the close of project. Then we started working on agile. Would anybody else like to add to it from the group?
Yeah,
Vishali?
I can add that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Vishali. Yeah, okay. So we have, for Agile, we have 4 values. To begin with the Agile mindset, we have customer collaboration over contract negotiation. It's fun to change over following a plan, working software over comprehensive documentation, and individual interaction over processes and tools. Then also part of the Agile mindset, we have 12 principles. So we have added that to satisfy customer, welcome change, deliver frequently, trust and support, face-to-face communication, working software, continuous attention, sustainable development, simplicity, self-organization teams, reflect and adjust and work together. And then after that, we have moved on to Scrum. And then in Scrum, we have 3 roles, which is Scrum Master, product owners, and a development team of 3 to 9 members. Then we have events or Scrum ceremonies. We have sprint planning, where we prioritize the product backlog, and the product owner identifies which items to go into the sprint, and the team gives estimation and story points for those. So that is sprint planning. Then we have sprint itself, where we have user stories, and we have spikes as well. We have a risk spike during the sprint, where we set aside some time to manage the risks. Then we have sprint daily stand-up meetings. Then we have sprint review meetings, where we show the work done. The team show the work they have completed, a demonstration, and any of the change requests can also come in the sprint review. Then we have retrospectives, where we see what went wrong during the sprint and what can be improved. So should I go ahead, or Vishali, do you want to take it from here?
Go ahead, I'll start from the stakeholder topic.
All right. Then we have artifacts. We have project backlog as an artifact, sprint backlog, and increment as an artifact. Then for Agile, different type of procedures or type of the way we practice Agile, there are different types of tasks. We have Kanban, Scrum, Less, Safe, Scrum of Scrums, XP, DSTM, test-driven development, behavior-driven development, Crystal, and AUP. And then we have added some other things as well, like we have added the Agile tools, where we have cumulative flow diagram, we have time boxing. For sprints, we have team velocity to identify how team is performing. We have burn down chart and burn up chart to identify how the performance of the team and how much work is remaining during the sprint. Then we have lead and cycle time. Then if you can go up, Nasish, we have something else as well, some other things. Yes, we have Agile estimation techniques, where we have added T-sizing or relevance estimation. We have added planning poker, and we have also added the methodology of Fibonacci, where we do the estimation. Then we have some prioritization techniques, that is must have, should have, could have. We have Kano analysis, monopoly, voting, fist of 5, affinity analysis. Then we have also identified Chapman ladder. We have added that for a team perspective, team topic of PMP. We have added forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And during each phase, informing PM is more involved. He has a directive kind of a role. In storming, PM is coaching the team, and in norming, PM becomes supportive because the team is more collaborative, and then we have performing where team is performing, CPM is in delegation role, and then adjourning where team goes away. So then we have stakeholder engagement. Kushali, do you want to take it up?
Yes. In stakeholder engagement plan, uh, 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 I've, uh, we actually got it in which manage closely where the power is high and interest is high, then uh, uh, then keep satisfied where the power is high but interest is low. Then we have keep informed where interest is high and power is low, and watch list or observe where both interest and power is low. Then we define the resilience model in which the that three circles of power, power interest, or power interest and legitimate. Then we have defined the categorization of stakeholders that is upward, not external, internal, and sidewards. Then we also have leadership types and leadership type and conflict management system. Anybody else want to take up from this one? Because they forced Hitler to invade them. I mean, what do you do? Which topic is left now? Leadership types and conflict management. Do you want to take up? Yeah, basically, by the way, thank you all of you who made the whole Mindmap chart. And it's a very good effort. And calculated that on it. Leadership type, we have leadership type where they share, allow teams to make decisions, several leaders ask to remove impediments, facilitate the function leaders. Then we have a production leader who reward and punish they have role to do the punishment on that. Then you have a charismatic leader, influence. They are the influencing ones who put their own decisions on the team during the projects. Autocratic, force or make decisions themselves. So these are the people, they are more like they either force the people to accept their decisions or make them make decisions by themselves. What is next?
We have conflict management as well.
Okay, can you zoom in? Sorry, my eyesight is really very bad.
No worries, I'll take this up. So we have conflict management where we have the interest of self and interest of others in order to manage a conflict. So first one is where we have self of interest of self is high, and the interest of other is also high, where we should call a win-win situation or a problem solving or collaboration or confrontation situation. Yeah, then in the conflict management, we have where the interest of self is high and interest of other is low, where we say it is a win-lose situation, enforcing and directing type of conflict management is done there. Then we have a compromise, which is in between. Everybody in the group involved in the conflict gives us something, and that's a compromising situation. Then we have win-lose, accommodating, and smoothing situation, where the interest of self is low and the interest of other is high, that is accommodation. And then we have a lose-lose situation where the interest of self is low and the interest of other is also low. That is avoiding situation, avoiding type of conflict management. So that's pretty much all from the team.
Okay, so very well done. I really liked few things that you guys manage time very well, and this is really good. And you have decided who is gonna do what thing. So round of applause, team one. So team one has set a good amount of barriers for next team, and the now the scales are high. So team two, your time starts now. If you can please.
Yes, Amer, could you show on the screen, share the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen.
15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
I can.
Uh, So from the starting of the project, we do the need assessment and we make the business case and benefit management plan. After that, we move to the initiation, in which we make a project charter, assumption log. After that, there are actually five groups which is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and initiation. We have project structure, assumption law, and stakeholder relations. In planning, there are total 18 plans, 33 documents, 10 additional documents. In monitoring control, we only do variance analysis. That's what actually has plan is working on.
Hippopotamus.
We do the closing of the
बाहर मेरी बेटी से
just yeah, we can start from the right.
बात भी नहीं है
In the agile, if there is just 2 minutes.
ये अंडा तुम कभी ऐसा नहीं बनाते
मुझे पता है
क्या
क्या निकालनी जल्दी थी आगे बार बार सर पहले जा रही थी पहले मैंने ना उनके पैकेट बनाए थे
So
इसके अंदर कल वाले अंडे बने हुए थे तो ऑयल अंडे बने थे इसके पहले अंडा
core values are customer collaboration over contract negotiation,
दूसरा है
responsibility over comprehensive
बैंक का तो जो है
documentation,
बड़ा
interaction over process and
So my motivation of life and things is right now this. Your motivation of life and things is right now this. You daily have a list of things to buy.
I met in this
I came
have
with
full
you.
trust in you
I came with you.
देखो पहले और नहीं ना मैं अभी भी जो मैं वो चीजें मोबाइल जो डे टू डे की जरूरत है क्योंकि जरूरत आपको
हमारे घर साफ हो गया अब वो कर
क्योंकि
रही
आपको
है अब वो कर रही है ऑटोमेटिक वाला
हाँ जी जो आपको लाके दिया था ना
time box.
ये अब कर रही हो
मैं वही करती हूँ मैंने हानि की
फिर
वो बहुत
फिर ये ज्यादा 4 7 साफ हो गया
क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ वो बहुत थोड़ा सा हानियां से किया है ना
मैं आपको वाला करता हूँ
हाँ मुझे पता है आपके बारे में मैंने आपको लाके दिया ना वो थोड़ा सा
तो वैसे अलमिया है तेरा कोई भी गिफ्ट लेके भी सामने इसलिए मैं देती नहीं अब
देखो आप मेरी बात सुनो आपने जो मुझे दिया था ऑलरेडी डियर गिफ्ट्स ठीक है
Because you reacted so bad.
ये that's what now how did you perceive it आप ऐसा गिफ्ट देने से पहले ना सोचोगे ऐसा ही है ना exactly that's what happened with me everything I have for you you react like this
ठीक है मैं भी नहीं दूंगा बात खत्म हो गई ताल्लुकात बस इस रास्ते पे आ गए अब तुम दो ना मैं दूं नहीं
So we have daily progress meeting that is a stand up. We planned at the same time, same place for 15 minutes. We discussed daily what's the issue. After that, there is a scrum, rules, events, and documents and artifacts. Just a minute. Yeah, I can start from this different. Just zoom in. Zoom on, sorry, zoom on. Yes. Can you see?
Yeah, मैंने बनाया था
Can you see my screen?
रखा हुआ मैंने
Yeah, it's this way.
We can see your screen, but you need to speed up, brother. What are you doing, man?
That's it.
Gee, why you are
Could someone explain it from the stakeholder? Actually, it's not clearly visible. Actually,
It is visible. It is visible, brother. It is visible. What is not visible to you?
Move out.
Scroll up, yeah. I must scroll up. The upper part is not visible. Yeah. Okay.
In the stakeholders, we do the identification. Just yeah, this one. So in the stakeholder, we do identify, prioritize. So when we identify, there are a sponsor, OPS, EF, workshop, focus group, documented analysis. So in EF, we have fiscal, political, economical, and after that we have just
Hello.
ले लो
yes.
कह रहे 3 बजे
So
में
we
available
will classify the stakeholder,
कितने बजे 3 बजे
internal, external, upward,
कितने की?
upward, side.
So
When we prioritize,
check
they
करके
are
आना
power with high interest, high power with low
ठीक है
interest,
इधर
low power with high interest,
I'm not available
low
until
power
3
with low
p.m.
interest. In which high
until
power, high
3
interest,
p.m.
we manage
but
for
until
the
3rd
high
March.
power, low interest, keep them certified. Low power, high interest, we keep them
The
informed.
PRP
Low power,
लिखा
low
है.
interest,
Until 3
we
p.m.
keep on watch list. After
Until I
that, there
think
is also stakeholder queue for the prioritization and settings model, in which we look after that who has the more power, more agency and legitimacy. This company. And in the stakeholder management plan, it's engagement matrix. Person is
इधर है.
unaware or resistant, neutral, supporting or leading. So we have, if they are unaware, we have to bring them to the supportive. So in between, we have to manage. After that, someone contestant.
मैं बैठ क्यों रहा है?
वो पता नहीं क्यों
I think that is it from our side. We have been able to made all these three.
Only 3 topics in 1 hour. Only 3 topics. This is not good.
Yes, that's something we have.
No. That is not good, Amer. You guys have been making topics in like 7 minutes. I was preparing you for all this. No? That for 7 minutes or 8 minutes you were doing the topics, and in 1 hour at least 5 to 6 topics should have been done here. But there's so many brains and so many active brains. But it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Thank you very much, Ahmed Saab. The important thing is you focus on the most important topics. So that was the important thing. You covered agile, you covered stakeholder. Yeah, very well done. Okay, let's go for that team 3. Adnan, Farheen, Gitika, Haribabu, Ilyas, Noman, Sahar, Rizwan, Munawar. Please, team 3, who is leading? 15-minute timer. Okay.
15 minutes. Counting down.
Okay, Gitika, go ahead.
Okay, so we're starting off with our pre-initiation. So we have the needs analysis with the business case and the business management plan. And then we go into the initiation phase where we have the sponsor do the project charter. Then we do the assumption log and the stakeholder, and we identify the stakeholders. In the identification, after that, we do the stakeholder engagement management plan. We categorize the stakeholders. We do the stakeholder engagement matrix. All right. Fahim, do you want to take over? Yeah, for sure.
All right, so right after the stakeholder engagement plan, we come into the communication management plan. We have 4 hours of communication, the right information to the right people at the right time, the right impact. Then we move down a little bit, please, into the resource management plan. And in the resource management plan, we have the team charter, which has the ground truths, and it gives us the values and the vision for the team. It's typically made by the team. It also has the conflict handling techniques. We look at the 5 levels of conflict, and we look at the cooperation handling context, which is collaboration, smoothing, working direction, and joint avoidance or compromise. And we look at making the messy matrix and the RAM, who's responsible for working on the stakeholders. Moving down, we have the team development, and we use the ladder of team development, which follows forming, learning, performing, and controlling. We also have the theories of motivation, the theory of exercise, theory of motivation, culture, expectancy theory. And we move down to covers the risk. And the next plan we have is the risk map that was researched. Risk management plan, where we define the risk factors, the standards, exactly, and the kind of organizations that are risk levels, the risk seeker, and risk manager. Then we have the qualitative risk assessment, where we define the risk matrix based on the probability and the impact. We have the quantitative risk assessment, and the tools used there are the Monte Carlo analysis, the influence factor, sensitivity analysis, efficiency analysis, etc. Creative risk register is not a part of the plan, but a part of risk. And we move on to the procurement management plan. In this plan, we're looking at the selection criteria. We're looking at creating the procurement statement of work. And the RFI, the RFQ, and RFPs are created. We have the type of contracts we're going to use. It could be the time and material contract, fixed price contract, which has the fixed price incentive fee and fixed price economic adjustment fee. We also have the cost reimbursable contract. These are in case the scope is not fixed. So here we have the cost reimbursable incentive fee, cost reimbursable fixed fee, cost reimbursable fee. This is the way it's going. Then we move on to the quality management plan. Here we're talking about the standards we're going to use for quality and the cost of quality. Cost of quality is either cost of performance and cost of non-conformance. We have the metrics that we will be using and the tools for quality, which include benchmarking, Pareto diagram, flowcharts, mind maps, control charts, etc. There is one you want to take it from here?
Yes, everyone the stock management plan, and in the stock management plan, we give you the collection of requirements, we do the brand, and then we look at stock baseline. The other stock baseline, we capture the stock statement, the work breakdown structure, and the work breakdown structure theory. And then as part of the work breakdown structure, we've got the work package, we've got the planning package, we've got the composite map, and then we move on to scheduled management plan. So in that we looked at agile for the course, we defined the activities, in that we identify the activity list for milestone dates and activities. The tools that we use are predominantly role-based planning and decomposition. We also looked at the estimation techniques as part of this program management. So we looked at the four different areas, metrics, bottom-ups, and 3 points. 3 points we can either use triangular or just in this particular case, in Agile, we tend to use it more. And we also look at the precedents instead of management, so finish to start, start to finish, start. Then we go on to the cost management plan, and as part of the plan, we look at the cost baseline, the contingency reserve, the next reserve, the current reserve, the currencies, level precision, unit measure, level of accuracy, and endurance. It's also important to note that management reserves are always held by the sponsor and the government. That's all from you. Thank you.
I guess Summer can complete the agent.
We start Asia and then we enter the start thing. Okay, so terminated. So the Asia is made of 3 things, and we know that this called principles and they are HR practices. The values and principles together are called manifestos. So the core values they are written are customer collaboration over contractual negotiations, we have responding to change over following a plan, working software over comprehensive documentation, and individuals and interactions over process and tools. Then we have 12 principles. We have it. Okay. The most important agile practice is called Scrum. So the 3 rules, 5 events, and 3 documentation are part of the agile Scrum practice. The 3 roles are product owner, Scrum master, and then we have team. The 5 events are
on iteration, sprint planning, and we have daily stand-up, sprint review, and retrospective. We were not able to finish the list. I think that's it. We were
Okay.
going.
Good, good, very well done. So this was kind of a girls' team. Gitika, Farheen, Sahar. I didn't see any male. Did it?
We had like really great participants. They knew their
Yeah.
information inside out.
We
So
had good input.
So we need kind of
Very
a
valuable and,
woman empowerment.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 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 Great work, guys. Great work. Team four. Team four. Team four. 15-minute timer. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is Shrikant here.
Counting down.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
No. Now, yes, coming. Yeah. Your screen is here.
Okay, so we initially started with the first project overview onwards, and first with the project need assessment, and first is categorized into business case, wherein we have ROI, NPE, and investment return of the investment, and then next we have a business benefit management plan, which BMP, and we have categorized into 5 process groups: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control, and closeout. In the initiation, we have a project charter, assumption log, and a stakeholder register. And the planning, we did not put all the plans, but on roughly we put 5 of them: procurement plan, risk management plan, stakeholder management plan, uh, project management plan. And when it comes to the execution, we have implementation. When it comes to monitoring and control, we have update, improve, and plan versus actuals. And when it comes to the closeout, we subcategorize into the steps that we discussed. Review and approve deliverables, get approval from the sponsor, and once sponsor reviews and approves, return final report, lessons learned, and update the project documents and lessons learned from the register. And once the project is approved, it is sent to sponsor, and the benefits are realized with the benefit owner. Operations team is going to do with the transition and release the team and celebrate the success. And now we have the next topic is
yeah, I'll cover
Value
the
chain.
agile topic. Yes. So under agile, we have many principles. Scrum is the most widely used, and we have 4 values and 12 principles. Together, it is called the Agile Manifesto. And under 4 values, we have individual and interaction over process and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, respond to change over following the plan, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. And then we have 5 events: sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. And we have 3 main roles: product owner, scrum master, and the development team. And 3 artifacts: product backlog, sprint backlog, and product increment. And under the stakeholder, can you move to the right, Shrikant? So as a first step, we identify the stakeholder, and we have the methods of identifying. First one is expert judgment, focus group, OPA, EEF, internal and external EEF, and we can also conduct workshop, SWOT analysis. And in the categorization, we have internal, external, upward, downward, and sideward. And we also have techniques to prioritize the stakeholders. We have the power interest chart, the stakeholder cube, and salience model. And in the stakeholder engagement plan, we have the stakeholder engagement matrix, where we define where the current and desired position of the stakeholder is. Anyone wants to take the team topic? Okay. So under the team, we have Tuckman stages of team, where we have first forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And emotional intelligence also is a very important aspect of the team and resources. Self-awareness, self-management, social skills, empathy, and motivation. And we have 5 theories of motivation: Maslow's hierarchy of need, Hertzberg motivation, and McGregor's theory of X and Y, Bloom's expectancy theory, and Matlab's theory of motivation. And we also have conflict, where we have the level of conflict and how do we resolve them. We have problem to solve, disagreement, contest, crusade, and world war. And at each level, how we can resolve them based on how the interest is for the value for us and value for others. Based on that, we have these methods of resolution.
Thanks, Patricia. I'll take risks. I'll take the next one.
Thank you.
Of course. Can you scroll up? Thank you. Okay. So for risk, we broke it down. That's why starting with risk probability, which risk is a probability into impact, and then we broke that into two. We have the negative risk, sorry, the threat, and then opportunities. And threats are considered as negative, and opportunities are considered as positive. Have 4 different documents: management plan, risk register, risk report, and issue log. The types of organizations and the risks, types of risks that organizations like to take are either they're risk averse, risk seekers, or risk neutral. You can scroll down. And then risk prioritization can be broken down into 2 qualitative and quantitative prioritization methods. For qualitative, we can break that down into low, medium, and high. And for quantitative, we have Monte Carlo simulation, sensitive analysis, which is also known as the tornado analysis. We also have influence diagram and the decision tree. Scroll down. Thank you. Now for risk response is broken into 2 proactive and reactive risk strategies. For proactive risk strategies, we find that we have both the positive and the negative. If a risk is positive, we would like to exploit, enhance, or share. If it's a negative risk, we advise to avoid, mitigate, or transfer the risk. Now, for the reactive risk strategy, we have acceptance, and acceptance is broken down into 2 different methods: the active and the passive acceptance. Under the active, we have contingency plan, and the contingency plan can be either plan A, and it also has a plan B, which is considered a fallback plan. And for passive, we identify the risk, but we do not take action. Right.
Magish, do you want to go for the quality?
Yeah, so for the quality, to identify, we have the standards and benchmarking, where we have to do comparative analysis. And under cost of quality, we have cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. Under the cost of conformance, is the preventive cost and the appraisal cost. And how do we prevent, from failing at the quality? So we can do training, process documentation, testing, and the process consulting and instructor conformance testing is all part of the appraisal cost. And under the non-conformance, we have internal systems. Under internal, we do the reviews for reviewer purpose plan, and for externalities, usually warranty, liability, etc. And to keep the continuous improvement, we have these processes. We can plan, do, check, and act. This is called as deeming and steward process as well. We have Six Sigma, which is the highest level of quality, and Kaizen. And for the tools, we have checklist, check sheets, sampling, and the other things which we couldn't complete.
Okay, that's a good mind map and very well done, team. I'm really happy to see that. Now, the last but not least team. Team 5. Okay, Abdul Mateen, Ahmad, Syed, Arfan, Devanand, Jafar, Kaisar Abbas, Muhammad Asif. Your time starts now. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Counting
Abdul Mateen, I cannot hear you. If you are trying to say something, we cannot hear you. Abdul Mateen, we cannot hear you guys. Team 5.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
For the fundamentals, we have project charter. In project charter, we have business case, and to measure them, we have NDT, IR, payback, return on investment. Then we have business value, business benefit management plan, and assumption note. So we combine them into a project charter. Then from there, we drive projects, operations, and program into the portfolio. And then from project, it has 5 phases: initiation, planning, execution, number control, and closure. Then we write triple constraint for scope, schedule. We have OPS and DEF here. It's the fundamentals. Then for shareholders, anyone would like to stakeholders, yeah. Anyone who would like to explain stakeholders?
Yes, you can come down. Yes, bring it down. It's not visible. Bring it down, please.
Now,
zoom out, please. Screen is not completely visible. Zoom it out, please. So for stakeholder, we first identify the stakeholder. For the identification, we do expert judgment, focus group, facilitated workshop, document. Oh. Yes, document analysis, OPS, and pastoral enterprise environmental factor. So after that, if you can come down, please. Bring it down. Please, sir. Please, sir. Please, sir. Zoom out, then you can. Okay, yeah. No, again there is issue. So when the stakeholder is identified, we have a stakeholder register. No, I am not actually seeing a picture. It's not visible.
What do you want, Irfan? Do you want to zoom? Do you want him to zoom in or zoom out?
Zoom out. He can zoom out because it's not completely visible.
You want to see the big picture?
No, yes. Now it's okay. So we have a stakeholder register. After identification of the stakeholder, we put it into the stakeholder register. Then we do the stakeholder analysis, classification, and in the classification, we do prioritization of the stakeholder, power interest matrix through power interest matrix, and stakeholder queue. This model, I will not go to the detail because the other point is the categorization. We have a categorization: upward, downward, sideward, internal stakeholder, external stakeholders. Then we have a stakeholder management plan. It is URNSL, the unaware, resistance, neutral, supportive, leading stakeholder. After that, we have communication. Yes. On the left side, we manage the communication. How we manage the communication, we'll come to it after explaining the initial part of the communication. Please zoom out.
Zoom in, maybe.
Zoom out. So that
Okay.
Yes.
It's a zoom in. Please zoom in. Yeah. No, it's fine. He wants to see the big picture.
Yeah, he wants
Yes,
the big
fine.
picture.
Now it's fine, please.
Yeah.
Communication management plan, where we try to figure out what's needed, when needed, how to collect the information, how to distribute the information, what level of to be used. Okay. Now after this, we have 4 R's of communication: right information, right time, right people, right impact. Then we have methods of communication. We have pull communication, push communication, interactive communication. The pull communication further split into website explainer videos, brochures. Push communication, where no effort is needed actually, or where it disappeared. Communication.
We can see Irfan. We can see communication.
But somehow I cannot see that it's not.
It
Can you
is.
move around a little of the material, move it to the left?
Yes. Again, agile now. So if someone wants to actually, Abdul Mateen, if you are able to actually explain, because I am having issues in. No problem. No problem. Anyone else in the team who wants to explain agile?
Can you just zoom in, please? I'll do it. Okay.
Once you have zoom in, please don't disturb the screen because it goes out of focus. Okay.
Okay, the active part, we identified, we again divided into two parts here. There's the planning, and then there's the Scrum framework. Within the planning, we have the product vision, there's the roadmap, there is release planning, sprint planning, and there's a daily planning. In the framework, we in the roles actually, there are three roles, which are the product owner, Scrum Master, and there's a development team. And within Agile, we identify 4 values, which are individual interactions versus the processes and customer over contract, and respond to change over following the plan, and the working solution over the documentation. Then there's 12 principles. We did not want to go so much detail into that, so we just trimmed it there. Then we have 5 major events, which is sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, and a retrospective. And the Scrum artifacts are also there in Agile, which are the product backlog, sprint backlog, and the product increment. And within the product backlog, we have the user stories, and then there is important tasks that needs to be done within product backlog, is the prioritization. And for there are different techniques like Moscow or 100 points, or there is, I'm sorry, I'm having difficulty reading. Could you zoom in a little bit?
It's infinity estimation. Infinity estimation.
Yeah. And there's.
Please zoom in. Yeah. Mateen, zoom in. I don't know why Irfan wanted to zoom out because we cannot see anything. Irfan, that's your thing. But for everyone else, Mateen, please zoom in. I cannot see anything at all.
Yeah.
Does not make sense
If you
to me.
could zoom in, that'll be
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Continuing down to the, within Agile, the most important thing is the information needs to be shared, and that is shared through the information radiators. And for that, we use the burn up charts, burn down charts, Kanban boards, task boards. And please, if you scroll down a little, what else do we have there? How do we connect it further? And then there's the team role, which is, again, identified using the Tuckman letter. Which says, any team goes through a bunch of stages. This is the high level of which is, storming, forming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Our order is slightly different, but it usually starts with the storming. And then the team has to have a team charter, which includes the team values, roles, and responsibilities, and ground rules are set there. The teams are obviously could be of more than one type, virtual and physical. And within the team, there's an important thing that needs to must have is a resource management plan where we identify the resource. I'm sorry, I'm going to read again. But I'll go top line. We control the resources. We assign the roles, responsibilities, and team needs to go through certain development stages, feedback. And there has to be reward and recognition plan as well. Team also needs to go through the conflict management, and there's conflict management is done based on the lose-win, lose-lose, win-lose, or win-win situation, which is more like positive diagram negotiation. And then there are levels of conflict. We want to solve the problem, either we have the disagreement or we can sort it out through contest, or it can go to crusade or all-out war. Teams also need to go through certain emotional intelligence
sort of levels, where from individual to the team level, like the person needs to understand themselves, manage themselves, they need to have social skills, empathy, and motivation. If someone else wants to explain the risk, that would be great. Thank you.
Yes, I will go ahead. Um, So risk is something that is an uncertain event that happens in a project. So we have a positive risk, which is opportunity, and a negative risk, which will be a threat. So under risk, like we have like four major documents: risk management plan, risk register, risk report, and issue log. So the first step is identifying the risk. For identifying the risk, there are like close to 5 to 6 techniques. So first one would be expert judgment, focus group, analysis, workshops, EM, and so on. And coming to once after the risk is identified, we need to document it in the risk register. So over here, like there are two categorization. First one is to prioritize the risk. So in prioritizing the risk, we have to approach this one is like qualitative approach, which is probability into impact. So under qualitative approach, like we have like three levels: low, medium, and high for both probability and impact. Moving on to the quantitative analysis, we have like various categories. Starting off with quantitative analysis, terminal analysis, which is like a sensitive analysis, and the influence diagram, which covers like which activity is the most riskiest, and we also covered on the expected monetary value, which is like probability into impact, and the decision tree is sum up of the positive and the negative. So once the risks have been identified, we need to assign a risk score against each and every risk. And moving on to the risk responses. So we have like two types of risk. One is positive risk and the negative risk. Under positive risk, like, we have like three things: exploit, enhance, and sharing. And on the negative side, like, we have like avoid, mitigate, and transfer. Uh, Moving on to the issue. So once after the issue occur, like we will be documenting the same into the issue log, and we will be also performing a root cause analysis on why it has not been identified before. So once the RCA is done, like, we will raise a change request, and post which we will be implementing the change request, and we will update the issue log. So here we have like two cases. One is like if the issue occurs in the same project, we will be updating the risk register, and if the issue might occur in the future project, we will be updating the lessons learned.
Last minute.
And apart from that, like, we will also have some risk review meeting on a periodical basis, wherein like the risk of the projects will be reviewed, and it will be updated. So I think like we have covered on it in this much.
Good, good. Very well done. So, team 1 to 5, I want to congratulate you for putting all the effort. So, in last 5 days, what we have studied, you put it in 1 hour. Now, the purpose of this exercise is twofold. First, you see the entire thing, right? Then you make that thing. But the journey just starts from here. Let me just end the live. So, one of the most important thing that we need to see here is that one of the